Okay. Next thing we're going to do, like from an EDD standpoint, is we'll work their agilities, work their feet. In my opinion, your footwork is the most important thing as a linebacker. Okay. The V drill is one of those EDD drills. So it's used to keep linebackers' feet active. I actually got a chance to visit with 49ers last year, and linebacker coach there was working this, and I really liked it. So started incorporating it. So it's all about keeping your feet active, right? And I think it can pertain to a lot of different type of schemes, all right? It's reactionary based off the coach's hands and movements and just going to work at like, let's just say a 45 forwards and backwards, but you can adjust the angle in which you do that at. So here's a good look at working it right here. They're working at a 45, sorry, towards me, working laterally, keeping their feet wide. It's now like if you watch this, some guys are heel clicking. You'd like the guys to keep a wide base and feet active. Same thing. That's a much better look at it, right? They're under control. They're gaining ground, right? They're working backwards, working backwards. Good, really good EDD warm-up drill. Get their feet active, right? Again, you want to, as I watch linebackers in our 4-2-5 system, they should look like dancing partners. They should look like they're moving together with their feet, if that makes sense. Next thing we're going to do every single day is some form of run footwork. In this one, we call this our agility, our chutes and cones right here. All right, so we've got a chute right there, really emphasizing low hip level. I hate the term pad level because pad level is an overrated term. It's all about how low your hips are, in my opinion. All right, so really working on actively mimicking what the running back is showing us from a footwork standpoint, whether it's inside zone, whether it's mid zone, whether it's a gap scheme. All right. So again, for us, we're going to do this every single day. Some people do this with boards. I kind of like doing this with chutes just to overemphasize keeping their knees, their ankles, knees, and their hips bent right here. So you can see right now they're working inside zone. You notice how they're shuffling. Their feet are wide. Their feet are not coming together. They're planting off their outside foot, right? And then you can see they're working a tackling fundamental at the end, closing distance right there to same foot, same shoulder. So one thing I'm emphasizing right here, I want to see their hip level be the same whether they're in or out of the chutes. Naturally, young guys are going to bend a little bit more as they go into the chutes. I want to see it be exactly the same. Another emphasis that if you notice in the drill, I want their hands to stay up. Obviously, linebacker play is big as far as having hands up, ready to destroy the block, if that makes sense. So it's a good look at those. Yeah, and you can see the younger group start to come through here at the end because the footwork's not as clean. But again, we're coaching every piece of this, every single piece of this. So next, now you can see they're working crossover steps. So this would be more gap schemes. They're taking one step crossover. Could be a mid-zone scheme as well. Going one step crossover. Emphasis is by the time they get to the next cone, you want to gain as much ground as possible, but we want their hips and shoulders square, if that makes sense. So you can see one step crossover, one step crossover. Really nice job right here. You can see he takes one step and he's square as he gets to the next cone right here. One step crossover, gathers himself. You can see they're working more of a speed tackle right there. Okay. Next, we're getting into clear cloudy. All right. This is a huge teaching piece for me from an everyday standpoint. We'll do this, I mean, during spring ball and fall camp, almost every day during the season, at least once a week, usually on a Tuesday, to really hone in on the specific run footwork that we're anticipating seeing that week. Okay. So we're all about matching the path here with our footwork from the foundation being the O line to the top of the house. Again, so really you're basing on what are you going to see that week from a zone, a mid zone, a counter, an insert, a split zone, whatever type of scheme it is. All right. And the big thing for us as we teach this is right how we're going off the top of the house. So we're really teaching those guys to focus their footwork. In this case, they're getting a wide track from the back. So he's going to go two-step crossover, match the path right there. Really getting those guys to understand that, yes, you might be an A or B gap player. You might be a tan or a track player. But really getting those guys to match the path of the back with their footwork right here. Now we're getting more of an inside zone. I don't love the backer. I'd love to see him shuffle a little bit more. He sees that more as mid zone, so he goes crossover right there. There's a good look at an inside zone or duo. Notice the backer shuffles, shoulders are square, then he closes the ground. Again, every rep is a tackling rep, so I want to see him finish from a tackling perspective and how they normally would. Okay, good look right here. He's treating it like mid zone, so he's going one step crossover. You can see the read step, one step crossover. Really good job closing ground and finishing same foot, same shoulder. So again, this for us is the number one way we start to teach, especially our young guys, on how we want their footwork to mirror, mimic what the top of the house, what the running back is doing. Okay? He treats like mid zone here because he's working towards the tackle right there. He goes one step crossover. I'd like to see him stay a little more inside out. Here's a really good look. Inside zone or duo. It's a really nice look at it right there. Lateral step, mirrored the back right there, and got to the line of scrimmage. If you're having trouble with your footwork in games and team and inside, go back to your individual. I guarantee whatever guys are doing in that standpoint, the issues are showing up there. And now we're working inside zone right here. Again, just getting those guys to match the path of the back. This, you can tell this is scheme related because we got a tight end out here. We're really doing a good job. We're focused on their footwork. Now we got the scout, so now there's a little bit of thud involved. I'm making those guys finish same foot, same shoulder.